this place, that you have been waiting too long, and the Lord said this is your time, that he's about to lose you and use you. Somebody say, Lord, use me. I feel that there is somebody that your season for the Lord to use you has come, and therefore God has sent me to you to tell you that get ready, because God is about to use you. Somebody say, God, use me. The Bible told us that the disciples went and they saw this donkey that has been tied for many years, and probably many people have come and passed by, and they were not even looking at the donkey. Nobody was even recognizing the donkey until that fateful day. Now you have to understand, what it takes for God to use you is, number one, Jesus noticing you. Whenever Jesus sees you and fixes his eyes on you, then it's a sign that you are about to be used. That's why the Bible says that it is not us that chose God, but it is God that chose us. It is God that chose us before the foundation of the world. I want you to know the Bible says that before you were formed in your mother's womb, that God has already ordained you to be a prophet to the nation. I want you to know that the Bible says that God knows the plan that he has for you. Plan to prosper you and not to harm you. So brothers and sisters, I want you to know that God wants to use you, and he has predestinated it before the foundation of the world that he will use you. Somebody say, God, use me. So God is always willing and ready to use us, but the question is, are we ready? Are we ready to be used? Are we ready to go to the next level? Are we ready to open up our heart? Are we ready to open up our life? Are we ready to open up our mind, our spirit, our body, our gift to say, God, use me? Somebody say, God, use me. Now, I understand that another thing about this donkey that God used was that the donkey is known to be an animal that is very quiet in nature, an animal that is insignificant, you know, an animal that does not draw so much attention. And that's why I have come to tell somebody this morning that it does not matter how you look, it does not matter where you were born, it does not matter where you school, it does not matter the degree that you have, it does not matter your color, your nature, your background. If God gets ready to use you, nothing in earth, nothing in this world can be able to stop him. Somebody say, God, use me. The animal doesn't look usable, but God still used the animal. I want you to know that anytime God is getting ready to use somebody, very often he does not look for those that look very intelligent. Very often he does not look for those that look very successful. Very often he does not look for those that have made it. When God gets ready to use people, he goes for the one that is in Lodebar, those that one that is lame. He goes for the one that is crippled. He goes for the one that have never make it before. He goes to the one that does not even know how to speak, the one that cannot speak grammar. He goes to the one that have not been able to do anything at all, because the Lord always want to have the glory. Somebody say, God, use me. I want you to know that God is getting ready to use you, not because you are intelligent, not because you have a lot of money, not because you have a good voice, not because you have a good business. God is getting ready to use you because you are nobody. Because when God gets ready to use people, he looks for the nobodies, because he wants to take all the glory, that by the time he starts using you and people see you, they will say, if he hadn't been for the Lord that is always by his side, he wouldn't have made it. Somebody say, God, use me. God will use you not because you are too wise. God will use you not because you are too handsome. God will use you not because you are too beautiful. God will use you not because you are too intelligent. intelligent, but God will use you because he wants to get glory out of you. God will use you because he wants the whole world to know that when you get down to nothing, he is up to something. God will use you because he wants the whole world to know that when you are going through a test, he's about to give you a testimony. God will use you because he wants the whole world to know that anytime you are caught up in a trial, it's a sign that you are about to triumph. Say, God, use me. God wants to use people that doesn't look too good, that doesn't look too handsome, that they, as a matter of fact, that the society have rejected, that the society have ignored. I don't know where you are today, but if people have not been noticing you, you are a qualified candidate for the person that I have come to talk to. You are the right person, because the Lord said I should let you know this is your season. He's about to showcase you to your generation. He's about to do things that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor ear written in the heart of man. God is about to minister to somebody and take you from nothing to something. God is about to use you to do great and mighty things. Somebody said, God, use me. God is going to use you. And that's the reason why Jesus decided to go for the donkey. Because let me tell you something about the donkey. When you see the donkey and you see one riding on a donkey, donkey represent peace. Somebody say peace. You see, anytime a king ride on a donkey, or a very significant person ride on a donkey, is a sign that that person is ready for peace. It's a sign that that person is arriving. If they are going to another village or to another town, it means that where they are going with peace in mind. That's why when Jesus was riding on the donkey, he's known as the Prince of Peace. So Jesus was entering Jerusalem to bring peace. Jesus was entering Jerusalem to bring transformation. Jesus was entering Jerusalem to bring right mind to the people of Jerusalem. And that's why when the Bible says that Jesus, when he saw Jerusalem, he wept over Jerusalem, because at this time Jerusalem was in chaotic. People were in disarray. People were suffering. People were going through kind of difficulties. People were having all kinds of challenge in their life. There was all kinds of problem, chaotic all over the place. And that's why Jesus said, let me bring peace. Let me tell you, peace always comes when things are not in order. That's why when Jesus was in the boat with his disciple and he said, let us cross over to the other side, and when they were crossing over and storm arose, the only word that calmed the storm was, peace, be still. Because in the midst of storm of life, in the midst of tribulation, in the midst of suffering, in the midst of hardship, in the midst of pain, all you need is peace. So I am announcing and declaring to somebody that I hear God saying, I am coming into your life. That storm must cease. I am coming into your life. That problem must stop. I say, peace, be still. I hear Jesus saying, I am entering your territory because I am bringing peace in your family. Somebody say, God, use me.